away game for Leeds United of 2023. And we're hoping, very much hoping, that Leeds, in terms of their travelling, are hoping to finish, are expecting to, are planning to finish with a flourish here in front of what will be a sellout crowd against the side who are just one place below Leeds in the Championship table. Leeds United supporters in big numbers here filled the entire allocation that they've been given behind the goal, which is away to our right-hand side as we sit under the roof of the main stand here at the Hawthorns, just to the right of the halfway line. Perfectly positioned, hopefully, to describe the action, and the conditions are perfect for football as well. It's cool, it's cold, but apart from that, after the storms that have hit the UK in the last couple of days, and some tremendous downpours that I've driven through in the last couple of days as well, and floods and all the rest of it, actually, it's a very pleasant winter's evening here at West Bromwich Albion. Lots of changes to talk about in the Leeds United starting 11. We knew about one, Meslier suspended, so Darlow in for his first league start for Leeds since arriving from Newcastle. But also Pascal Struijk out injured, so Liam Cooper comes back in and captains the side this evening. And amongst the 5 changes, we've got Griffiths, who also gets a chance in the starting 11. Gnonto coming into the starting 11 as well. And Sam Byram returns from injury. So I think the job for Leeds United, as Tony will shortly confirm, is to put in a much improved performance from the one we saw at Preston. Would that be right?
It would. I think certainly the players didn't do themselves justice away at Preston. It was a disappointing result, especially after what happened against Ipswich. It was a fantastic result and performance, but the performance was below the standards that are required to get you certainly promotion, get you in the mix, and what the boys have held themselves account to over the last few games. So tonight, it's about a response. It's about starting quickly, with playing with much greater tempo and desire. And interesting, the changes. Certainly Jed Spence now moving to his favourite right back, Byram on the left, so I can see a bit more balance in that. And Gruev in the middle. I'm not sure actually how we're going to pronounce that, and that isn't quite right, is it, Bryn? Come on, what are we going with? Groove? Groove, okay. That's what I think is the Bulgarian pronunciation of his surname. Let's find out afterwards, but I tell you what, I'm looking forward to seeing him play, because when we've seen him before, away at Stoke, that's not fair to judge him on that. And the last few times I've seen him come on as sub, he's done rather well. So let's hope he has a good game tonight.
The last time we were here at the Hawthorns was exactly 3 years ago today, and it's a good omen, because as you may well recall, in a Premier League fixture, Leeds United won by 5 goals to 0, 4-0 up at half-time. So let's take that one as good tidings, hopefully of great joy here before the end of the evening is out. It's actually pretty late, obviously, UK time, 8:15 kickoff, which for an old man like me and an even older man like Tony, pretty much means that the game starts just as we're getting ready for bed.
Don't worry, these boys will keep us up. They'll keep us alive, they'll keep us entertained, and let's hope they go on and win all 3 points.
Both sets of players take the knee in the build-up to the kick-off here and rise, and the game is underway, and West Bromwich Albion on the side who've got it underway. Full house here at the Hawthorns this evening. West Brom tucked in just behind Leeds United currently in the table. One significant scoreline already in the Championship programme today, and that has seen Southampton come through by 2-1 against Plymouth. So currently that just extends their lead 3rd to 4th against Leeds United and closes the gap between Southampton, who are on this incredible run at the moment, and Ipswich, the second place side, who everybody's chasing currently.
Yeah, they certainly are. The other changes, obviously, that we haven't mentioned is Darlow, Cooper coming in, and Gnonto gets a start on the right. So there'll be some freshness in the legs of the team out there.
Which there needs to be, as Daniel Farke's been keen to make clear that he needs to freshen things up across this run of so many games in so few days. Next one up, New Year's Day for Leeds United, back at Ellen Road. And it's the away form that's been the issue, quite clearly, with Ellen Road having been something of a fortress so far this season. Leeds the only undefeated home team in the Championship, but away from home is where Leeds have found it more difficult. you would expect that West Brom will come and have a go at Leeds, and maybe that has been an issue in some of the games as well.
I think you're right. I think sometimes that away from home, certainly, we don't quite grab the game by the scruff of the neck. Whereas West Brom, I think, are a team who like to play. They're going to come at us, and I think if we can just be defensively solid, we can pick the ball off, and of course on the counter, be real positive. Because I just don't think, certainly going forward against Preston, we were good enough. And I haven't said that much this season.
West Brom with the ball on the halfway line, given away to Byram, operating in that left-back position. Now Summerville infield to Roof, and then Byram. And then back it goes to Liam Cooper. Across the back it goes to Joe Rodon. Those two just reacquainting themselves there in the centre of the Leeds defence. It's an adductor injury problem that Pascal Struijk has, possibly connected to that double hernia op that he had and got back from very quickly. And I think the anticipation is he should be back from that fairly swiftly. But Liam Cooper will be very keen to make the big impression again here. Just remind people what he's all about. For Leeds United in this game this evening. So good to have the skipper back in the side as the ball is on the halfway line with Gnonto. Tries to play it into the path of Piroe, but it's cleared out and it goes for a Leeds United throw-in just inside the West Brom half. Jed Spence in that right-back role tonight, the right-footed player, will take the throw-in.
Yeah, it's good play coming from Georginio there, nice and strong to knock it forward, and Piroe was on, and so couldn't quite find him, but the idea was good.
Darlow to Rodon. Again, Carl Darlow's had to be patient and wait. Wouldn't have wanted to get his chance in the team in these circumstances, but will have to try and take it nevertheless. Summerville for Gnonto now, as Leeds have got bodies here. Byram on the edge of the penalty area. Sam Byram trying to play a little ball inside for Gnonto's run into the penalty area. But the danger is averted and the ball is cleared into touch by Furlong.
Good defending, wasn't it? Just stuck a foot out Furlong. Nice idea from Byram.
Ampadu in the midfield for Leeds to Rodon. Out wide to the right side to Spence. Spence on the edge of the penalty box, going for the byline, trying to cut the ball back. Final touch, I think, is off Spence. Yes, it is. Hit the defender, ricocheted back onto Spence and behind for a goal kick.
Unfortunate, but certainly positive in that Jed Spence getting forward on that right-hand side, and they're quite comfortable going around the outside to the byline. He was on this left-hand side when he played left back, not quite as comfortable.
So the ball is on the penalty spot. Palmer pushes it out to the edge of the area. Furlong has it, and it goes up to the halfway line. Well won by Liam Cooper, stepping in front of his man. Groove out to Summerville, and then back to Byram on the halfway line, who plays the ball infield to Rodon. Joe Rodon goes wide to Spence. Leeds enjoying good possession in these early stages. Down the right side, it's cleared away. Spence goes in to win it back for Leeds. Does well there. And will await the opportunity to take the throw-in that results. Just chucks it back to Gnonto. Gnonto back to the halfway line to Rodon. Rodon back into Cooper in his own half. And now Groove has it on this near side. It comes out to Summerville. Again, the Bulgarian in possession now puts the ball into the path of Byram, invites him to maybe make the cross into the area onto the right foot, and Georginio trying to wiggle through challenges on the edge of the box, unsuccessfully on this occasion, and it's just stabbed back by Yokuslu, but won back by Ampadu in the Albion half. Now Byram to run towards the edge of the penalty area, laid off to Ampadu into the area to Piroe tries to just slide a side foot shot in goalwards, and it's cleared away as far as Summerville. Good pressure from Leeds United here in these early stages. Summerville in the penalty area on his right foot, still trying to find room for the shot. Curls it in, nicely positioned. Wasn't much power in it, but it might have just nestled in the corner had a defender not gotten away first.
Some really good play, and Piroe is holding his hands on his head because it's found space, didn't he, inside the 18-yard box, and Kipre is the one that somehow stopped the ball going into the bottom corner. Good defending in the end.
Carlos Corberán, a man we know well down below, is all animation. He's putting in as much energy and effort as his outfield players at the moment. As Gnonto, good touch on the edge of the penalty box. Can he get the ball into the middle? Oh, just over the head of Piroe. It comes out for Summerville. Summerville back into the middle, headed clear, and just drops beyond Groove. and he goes after it and then flicks it forward, and then it's just whacked up into the Leeds half by way of a respite for West Bromwich Albion, who've been under considerable pressure in the last couple of minutes.
Excellent play, it really is. We've started nice and quick. I asked for a high tempo start, well, I've got it. Gnonto just earlier there, brilliant cross in. Piroe just went underneath the ball, Summerville got it at the back, but we're getting to the byline, we're pushing them back, and looking at the moment in control.
Very early stages, Groove with the ball through the middle, drops in for Georginio. Georginio's in behind, trying to get in behind the last defender, and the challenge comes in successfully, just about, from Ajayi. And Georginio got a clear sight of goal then, as he tried to wriggle away from Ajayi's challenge. The defender stretched a leg out and got the ball away from him.
Well, he did. It was certainly from behind, but he did get a piece of the ball. Georginio just wanted a foul and a penalty, but the players around him didn't really protest. So for me, he must have got a good chunk of the ball and a good challenge.
Straight ball over the top that almost paid dividends for Leeds there. West Bromwich Albion. A rare foray forward into the Leeds half in terms of the early stages of this game. Familiar figure of Alex Mowatt in possession, former Leeds man. And it comes out to Jed Wallace, the winger. Summerville goes to close him down. Wallace just pushes it back into the path of Molumby. And then Molumby back to Yokuslu. Out wide to this right side to Jed Wallace to cross for West Bromwich Albion. Cooper volleys clear as far as Darlow Furlong. Furlong out to this near side touchline again for Wallace. Wallace back to Yokuslu. And then Byram is adjudged to have fouled Furlong. And that'll be a West Brom free kick midway inside the Leeds half, just in from the near side touchline, almost down below us here. Wallace and Mowatt stand over the ball, and Leeds will have to defend the edge of the penalty area.
Yes, a little eager there, wasn't it, from Byram, just into the back of Furlong. And finally take a breather, West Brom, from the defending, send the big boys up from the back. Ajayi and Kipre, got to be aware of those two.
Yeah, there's some height in there Leeds are going to have to be wary of, as the ball is whipped in towards a penalty spot. Well headed clear by Ampadu, lovely delivery. Caused Leeds potential anxiety, but then Georginio bursts forward for Leeds, gets the ball into the path of Summerville, miscontrols but recovers it, gets it at Gnonto, who's in the penalty area, trying to work it onto his right foot, needs support now. Gnonto dragged down, free kick Leeds just outside the penalty area.
It's excellent play. Georginio does ever so well to get a block in, then pass it out to Summerville, and just the touch he needed was in front of him. Instead he couldn't quite get it under control. It stopped us in our flow, but eventually it does come out to Gnonto, who wins a free kick. Dangerous area, just a couple of yards away from the 18-yard box.
Well, Leeds United have not been entirely successful with these direct shots on goal from this sort of range so far this season. So on the final away game of 2023, this might be a good time for Leeds to rectify that, with Summerville and Piroe both standing over the ball in conversation currently. And 10 minutes up on the clock. The scoreboard reading 0-0. Conversation continues between Leeds number 10 and Leeds number 7, the two leading goal scorers. Summerville just out in front currently. Summerville steps away from the ball, as does Piroe. The signal is given, and Piroe drives it into the wall and comes off the wall. And the best Leeds get out of that is a throw-in down by the corner flag.
Well, Piroe just went for power for the same side as the goalkeeper, but unfortunately it hit the end defender.
Just looking for that up and over, aren't you, from somebody?
Well, I just think, you know, when it's 19 yards out, it's just, I think it's a little bit close sometimes with this. Certainly this ball to get up and over the wall's a big one as well, so power in the space, but you've got to miss the wall, haven't you? And unfortunately he didn't.
Georginio, as his name is ringing out from the Leeds fans at the other end of the ground, goes into action for the away team, gets a block, and
just got to be careful here,
for a throw in.
Georginio, because he's talking to the referee. He thinks it's a foul. The referee thinks he just threw himself to the ground, so we don't want to be going down that road.
Throw into the home team. Time is being taken over it as well. Down the line it goes, onto the head of Byram. Byram's looping header drops just outside the West Brom penalty area. He's allowed to drop there, and Georginio gets into hassle and harry, and Palmer has to kick the ball clear. And Summerville then underneath it as it drops, and Georginio's presence almost embarrassed Alex Palmer, the West Brom keeper.
Certainly did, just his endeavour, his speed, his strength, his willingness really to put the opposition under pressure. Palmer certainly felt it.
Furlong across the penalty area from one side to the other, but there's open space on the far side for Townsend to advance and play the ball up the line for the forward run of Diangana. Diangana's run is cut off by Rodon, and Rodon happy just to play the ball into touch.
I'm not sure Rodon was quite pleased that Spence just went forward there rather than keeping a solid line, because Diangana was free on the left. Rodon read the danger well though.
Ball over the top is too hard, and that one's just going to roll harmlessly behind, and Leeds United will get a goal kick. Darlow wanders off to retrieve it. Recalibrate in terms of looking at the Leeds goalkeeper. So often we've seen Ilan Meslier in between the sticks for Leeds United in recent seasons. Meslier suspended for the next 3 games. Darlow in, and short goal kick from Cooper to Darlow out to the penalty area to Rodon it goes. Rodon's quickly closed down by Thomas-Asante, and the ball comes off Thomas-Asante and out for a Leeds United throw in midway inside the away side's half. In it goes to Ampadu. Ampadu infield to Piroe. Piroe back towards the edge of the penalty area, and Cooper into Byram, who has time to operate in here. Move back to Byram. Rodon. Now Cooper. Move again. Looks up.
Oh, there's 3 forward runs there as well, and sometimes I think they're going to hold that line, 15 yards in their own half, West Brom, then go on, put it over them.
He's done it once to good effect, hasn't he? He thinks about trying again, and again the run was on from Piroe, and then he just stopped, hesitated, and Leeds keep possession, but the opportunity to put the runner in there has gone away for the time being.
No, but I like it though. At least we're trying to mix it up. We're trying to put it over. A lot of time we do try and play to feet, but let's try 1 or 2 over the top.
That one almost finds its way through to Gnonto at one end, but now Ampadu's defending against Thomas-Asante at the other, and tell you what, he's doing a rather good job of it as well. He just holds off Thomas-Asante, knowing that the ball has momentum and he's going to roll behind if he can keep his opponent away from it, and he did. It's a goal kick.
Good play. Now the previous goal kick as well, just having a look at Darlow, how comfortable will he be playing that one straight into the middle to Ampadu, who
as you're talking there, he was looking up the pitch, Darlow, talking to other players.
That was the same as me.
And Cooper, exactly the same, and Cooper put it into him anyway, and he had to react quickly. Because just for a second, I was worried.
Not great for the nerves.
No, never. Byram, infield, up to close to the edge of the penalty area. Now Gnonto goes wide to the right side of the box. And it's Piroe. Goes back into Spence. Spence has Byram out wide of it. Both the full-backs operating on the same side.
I had to look up there as well.
Yeah.
Byram and they're both playing right wing at the moment, Spence and Byram.
Next to next. So Summerville operating down the left is currently the last line of defence. Leeds in possession in the West Brom half. Groove has it and gives it back to Rodon. Rodon goes wide to Spence. Moving in from the touchline. Ball to Georginio, rolls the challenge, gets it to Groove, and then Groove out towards this near side to Summerville. Summerville into the penalty area to Georginio, cuts it back into the middle. Piroe was waiting, it came off Piroe and was cleared away from the edge of the penalty area. Nice little interchange in the on the edge of and into the penalty area. Then Georginio found good space.
That was excellent, excellent. It really was. And it was into Piroe.
And now Summerville picks a loose ball up on the edge of the penalty area for Leeds. Summerville's looking for support as Albion get players back behind the ball, having conceded possession dangerously. Piroe has it for Leeds now. Just curls across into the middle. Swept in, flag is up. And Byram it is, who's broken through beyond the line. And as soon as he swept the ball in from close range, that flag was raised.
Well, it was an excellent ball. Piroe on the right-hand side, on his left foot, looks up and sees the run of Byram and puts it in behind the defenders. Byram collects it great on the half volley, doesn't just tucks it past the keeper, but we haven't got a replay screen here, so he must have been just in front of the defenders, unfortunately.
of Leeds Club's video analysis team, running the rule over everything just to our left here. So messages are being relayed from those on the gantry to those down below.
Yeah, we've got the message. He was offside, but good idea. Good idea nonetheless, wasn't it? I think it's important that we keep making those runs, keep trying to find those players. Yeah, the vision of Piroe was very good. The ball was excellent. Eventually, we will get in.
Spence with the throw-in short to Gnonto in his own half. Back towards the edge of the penalty area, into the box indeed to Darlow. Darlow goes long, goes over the halfway line, but it's not near anybody in a rhubarb and custard shirt. So it's a blue and white stripe, and Kipre who goes to retrieve the ball from the far side in front of the advertising hoarding.
Back to the earlier chance as well, it was Kipre that actually got his foot in there because Piroe was going to tuck it into that near post. So a really good play all round, good defending in the end by Kipre.
Leeds having to defend now because Wallace has it on the right side of the penalty area. Wallace, low cross into the middle, swept in goalwards, and it's a double block to really good impact in the penalty area. First from Cooper, and then from Groove, and for the first time in this game, West Bromwich Albion have threatened Leeds United's goal. Great ball in from Wallace, who's in possession again for the home team here, and it comes off Byram and it goes behind, and West Brom have their first corner.
A couple of excellent pieces defending. First Cooper and then Groove, you're right. A couple of good challenges. And then Byram there, had to get out quickly to Jed Wallace, who's going to whip it in behind yet again. This right-hand side, I think, for West Brom is dangerous, but Byram did well.
So the home supporters in good voice as they have a near-miss moment as the ball goes to the far side of the penalty area. Well headed away by Rodon. Got up high there and nodded the ball down into the path of Gnonto so he could complete the job. And Leeds quickly get out to the penalty area and up and over the halfway line to put pressure on West Brom players in possession. Molumby goes back to the goalkeeper, in fact, as Leeds are up the park so quickly. And Palmer starts things going again with the ball out from the back to Kipre. To the centre circle to Thomas-Asante. Diangana turns back and goes to Kipre once more.
Diangana's been quiet, hasn't he? Only been on the ball. Hopefully it stays that way. Why did I say that? Diangana's on the ball.
Tony is on the ball now, and he's swept it wide to this near side to Wallace. Wallace with the chance to cross again. He takes the opportunity, goes deep, far side of the area. Rodon just gets a foot underneath it, goes up to try and follow it with a header, and then Darlow plucks it out the air. Rodon's been caught in the face as he went in to win that second ball there bravely, and gone another whack for his troubles.
Yeah, I think Townsend was the one that genuinely has gone for the ball, but Rodon was there first, and he's up though. Doesn't want any treatment. He's hard, he must be Welsh.
Central defender and Welsh, it's quite the combination. Walks up to the edge of the penalty area, and he's all good to carry on. Darlow has the ball at his feet in the penalty box, and the scoreboard reads 0-0, and we're in the 20th minute, about to move into the 21st.
Yeah, we've started very well. This has been a good 20 minutes. We've looked dangerous in our attacking third as well. It's been a good response. We could have done with a goal in that period. Probably just about deserved one, but not quite. So we keep going, keep it tight at the back, keep playing.
West Brom have been in good form here at home themselves. They've won 7, drawn 3 of their 9 home games thus far.
1-7, drawn 3.
Yeah.
Of 9.
Ah, good point. Of more than 9.
I'm going 10. I don't know. What about you?
That sounds about right.
Okay.
Actually, no, that's not right. I know, but anyway, I'll come back to that one.
Okay.
Later.
Okay. Whoever does your stats, I'd sack him.
Oh, it's me. So
okay.
It's all self-inflicted. Ampadu for
to the
Leeds
right.
United.
To the right. Ooh.
There was a short pass onto Rodon, so it goes wide then to Spence. Spence trying to get into Georginio, who's lost possession. Mowatt. So the ball over the top for Wallace to chase right up to the edge of the Leeds box. Cooper has come across to stand in front of him. Furlong joins in. He crosses, Cooper blocks, and West Brom have another corner kick. So the home side showing a response to Leeds' early statements in this game.
Well, that was a little bit frustrating there because the ball was played into Georginio, and he's unfortunately done one of those huge touches which has gone about 2 yards from him. He's lost the ball, and from that they've really got at us very quickly, so got to once again retain the ball up there.
Wallace gives the signal as he prepares to take the corner. Goes out towards the far side of the box. It's headed back into the middle. Summerville always put it straight up in the air, and it's going to sail behind for another West Brom corner. Since Summerville there sliced through that one, and could have gone anywhere. Went behind for another West Brom corner.
Yeah, more worrying was the straight corner that Ajayi had a free header at the back, and I thought he could have gone goalwards. Instead, he's gone back across, and then Summerville made a mess of the clearance.
So West Brom corner kick as it's swung as an outswinger, and Darlow misses, cleared off the line, and then the follow-up shot goes over the top, and Spence it is who takes the congratulations of his teammates there, because he it is who has prevented a certain opening goal for West Bromwich Albion.
Wow, Yokuslu had a follow-up shot at the end there that really should have gone in, but as the ball comes across, Darlow, if you're going to go for it, you better get something on it, and he didn't. He got nothing on it whatsoever, but Spence, some brilliant defending.
Positioned perfectly on the goal line. Darlow all at sea, and as the ball was going goalwards, Spence right on the line, kept it out. The follow-up could easily have gone in, and that went over the top. Leeds very much living on their nerves there, but come at the other end, Georginio will look like he put a good header down into the path of Summerville, but Summerville moved away from the ball, and Leeds have lost possession before winning it back with Griffiths on the halfway line, and now Ampadu, who's gone wide to the right side to Spence. Well, we were anticipating an all-action game here, frankly, and that's what we've had so far.
Well, we've got it. Certainly has been a good game, end-to-end stuff. We certainly have been on top at the start. West Brom have come back into it a little, so we've just got to get our forward players again back on the ball and cause some problems to them.
Ampadu in the centre circle. Straight ball to Piroe. Back to Griffiths. And he goes into the centre circle once more to Ampadu. And then wide right to Rodon. Further wide to Spence. Spence cuts it back to the halfway line to Rodon. Rodon back into his own half to Cooper. Short ball to Griffiths, and then back to Darlow, who's in the D. Darlow is able to just leave the ball for Joe Rodon. Plays it across the back. Cooper, now Griffiths. He goes over the top this time. There's two runners through the middle. Georginio's one of them. Piroe was the other. And the touch was off Georginio, but he couldn't get it into the path of Piroe. And Palmer, the goalkeeper, came out to collect between the two of them.
Oh, it was unfortunate. Both made kind of the same run. Unfortunately, Georginio couldn't just cushion it into the path of Piroe. But once again, it's dangerous. West Brom playing that high line. The ball over the top is on.
Kipre. A poor ball from him, straight to Byram, and now Georginio, and Georginio to Gnonto. Gnonto's in the penalty area, taking off his toes. Second chance for Gnonto. Shot is blocked and goes behind for a corner kick. And Gnonto puts his hands to his head. He had two good sights of goal there.
He really did. Plenty of bodies around him for the second one, but he was fortunate to get another go. Couldn't quite get it past a blue and white shirt. Last-ditch defending from West Brom. Now we have a corner kick. Summerville on the far side.
So Leeds will try and make something happen from a set piece at the other end now, with Summerville two hands in the air. Ball into the middle. Cooper's beaten to it. Gnonto can't get to it. There's a potential for a counter-attack before Summerville steps in, gets a touch. Diangana's there for West Brom. Diangana wriggles away from Gnonto, crosses the halfway line. Summerville's got a cross in front of him, and then he's fouled by Diangana. And Summerville's done good work for Leeds there. And Leeds take a quick free kick to Gnonto, who has Spence out wide to his right side, moving ever further forward. Now Spence has it almost level with the edge of the West Brom box. Spence comes back to Ampadu. Ampadu infield to Griffiths, and then he looks up and looks for a pass. Goes short and easy to Rodon. Further then to Ampadu. Ampadu back into the middle. Every outfield player up in that West Brom half at the moment for Leeds. Griffiths with the ball back to Rodon, who's just retreated into the Leeds half a little. Now Ampadu has it. Out wide it goes to Spence. Spence down the far touchline. Cuts in towards the edge of the area. cannons off a defender. It's given away to Leeds again, but Summerville Gnonto just left a foot in on Diangana, which is a shame because I think it was a misplaced ball out of defence that had gone straight into the path of Summerville through the middle, but Gnonto's foul sees the play brought back and advantage given to West Brom.
Yeah, that was a shame, wasn't it? Because Spence did well, but then his heavy touch allowed West Brom to recover the ball. And we got it back again with Gnonto, and then fouled the player. But so far, maybe 27 minutes in, we're certainly looking a lot more proactive than we were against Preston.
Long ball forward from Darlow is headed on by Spence, but not into the path of Gnonto, and it's Palmer on the edge of the penalty area to Kipre, and then he gets the ball back again and just plays a diagonal ball to Ajayi, and then Furlong. Byram with a well-timed, clean challenge that knocks the ball high into the main stand down below, and out for a West Bromwich Albion throw-in. Ball is eventually returned. A little bit of a break in proceedings almost from that clearance into touch there. And now finally the game will restart with Furlong taking the throw-in. Goes backwards to Ajayi. He's the one change to the West Brom side that beat Norwich here in their last game. Norwich down to 10. Thomas-Asante got the only goal of the game in the second half. Wallace down the right for West Brom. Goes back into the path of Furlong. Back to Wallace again. Level with the edge of the Leeds box. Wallace goes back to Molumby. Molumby further back to Yokuslu. And then a poor ball from him straight to Liam Cooper. Now Byram gives it back to Cooper on the edge of the box. Cooper back to Byram on this near side. Gets a little bit tight. Leeds probably need to just put a foot through it here, which is exactly what Liam Cooper does. Ajayi beats Georginio in the air. Ampadu scuffs his pass, but it works well because it goes straight to Piroe, and Piroe then plays it wide to Spence, who controls the spinning ball. And then across the back it goes from Rodon to Cooper. Cooper has Byram wide. Byram cuts it back to Liam Cooper into the centre circle to Ampadu. Ampadu over the top, spots the run of Gnonto. Gnonto takes it down on the edge of the area. Oh, it looked like he dragged down there, Gnonto. Oh. He's gone for the ball in the penalty area, and it looked like he was pulled to the turf. And the referee has not even kind of blinked on that one. He's just run straight away, and all the appeals are ignored.
Well, there's another wonderful ball going over the top. It was Ampadu, but Gnonto's pulled it out the air, got in between the defender, and it just looked like that when he went to shoot, the arm came across, didn't it, from the defender, and seemed to pull him down. Down goes Gnonto. Looked for all the well penalty, but Gnonto and the referee now having a chat. The referee having none of it.
In the meantime, Rodon had committed a foul just outside the centre circle, so West Brom have a free kick. Daniel Farke, I can tell you, down below us, is remonstrating with the fourth official. As we mentioned, we have the Leeds team who are watching all the angles of the action alongside us here, and they'll be telling the manager down below what their reading of that situation was. And if it's anything similar to ours, they'll be telling him maybe Leeds should have had a penalty. Furlong, though, has a throw-in for West Brom. He's going to go long by the looks of it. Actually goes in short to Wallace. Well, they got that one rather wrong, didn't they, between the pair of them?
They certainly did, and I think the referee's got it wrong as well. Looking at the replays, they've been told the arm was around his waist and very much a penalty. So that's what it looked like, because he had the opportunity to shoot. He then got off balance by this arm around him. So another decision that we don't get.
Yeah, and Leeds have cause to rue the inability of the officials team of officials there to maybe spot that one. In the meantime, they've got to shake it off, get on with it. And then Summerville goes down, clutching his ankle with a challenge, and then Georginio goes down into a challenge of Ajayi as well. What on earth is going on here? Leeds are two players down here. Georginio in one half, Summerville in the other, and West Brom play on. They play around Summerville, who's down on the ground, holding his ankle, and still the game goes on. And now Molumby goes out to the left-hand side. Townsend back in field. Still Summerville's down. Still the game goes on. West Brom with Ajayi in possession. And Ajayi plays it out to Wallace again. The ball is played round Summerville on the ground. Low cross in. It's cleared onto the edge of the 6-yard box where it's picked up by Darlow, who drop kicks the ball into touch. And Summerville now will finally get the treatment that he's been waiting on the floor for what? A minute and a half more.
It certainly has. And I think it was Yokuslu with the challenge. And the referee's walked straight to Coops and caught him as well. I just wonder, this referee, I'm looking at him and the way he's reacting to things. You know when you make a mistake as a ref, he's just carrying on. Like, keep making mistake after mistake. He's determined to really ignore absolutely everything. What he isn't doing is refereeing the game.
What's interesting as well there is that Darlow kicked the ball into touch, and then the referee restarted the game by giving the ball back to Darlow to play it forward. West Brom are coming forward with Molumby. The noise levels have risen here. The referee has a little to do with that perhaps. Kipre for West Brom through the middle for Thomas-Asante. Foul by Cooper. Right in front of the referee who blows the whistle on this occasion. Playing Scott in charge. West Brom Leeds games, referees, controversy. Go back to the very early 70s, and there are many Leeds United fans, the older Leeds United fans, who will remember that infamous day. As the ball comes out to this near side touchline on Wallace. And it goes to Furlong, plays his cross into the middle. Cooper clears. Summerville with a header up in the air. Byram, I could say he was caught then as he was clearing the ball by Yokuslu. But the referee is not prepared to have that argument, and he gives West Bromwich Albion the throw-in. Midway inside the Leeds half, 34th minute, 0-0 here at the Hawthorns.
It's these moments there which are important that we get through and don't feel too disappointed and hard done by. Just keep doing what we're doing.
Ball is with Diangana. Comes in from the left side for West Brom to Mowatt. Gets the return ball and then just checks back. And it goes back into the Albion half from Yokuslu. Now Ajayi over the halfway line. Short ball and gets the return pass. And again, little interaction between Ajayi and Molumby as the cross curled in towards the far side. Spence has got to head it behind for a corner kick. He knew there was a player, Townsend, on his shoulder. Didn't take any chances.
Actually, I thought Ajayi didn't actually want to put the ball in, but when he did, it actually was a decent ball, wasn't it? The centre half whipped a really good cross in. And Spence did the right thing, just nodded out.
Leeds have been a little vulnerable in the early set pieces in this game. This one's taken short to Diangana. Comes out to the edge of the area to Molumby, who tries a shot into a crowd of Leeds players from where it's cleared away. Summerville trying to get the ball forward, loses possession. Diangana into the box. Spence has got to get across in front of Thomas-Asante, which he does. Georginio is in a deep lying position where he's fouled. And, this time, finally, Georginio gets a free kick.
Yeah, and Ampadu just trying to calm everyone down at the moment.
So, in fact, it's going to be is it a Leeds throw-in?
Just a throw,
kick,
yeah, no, just a throw.
So, Spence with ball in hand. And to Georginio. Breaks nicely for Piroe. And now Piroe into the centre circle. Plays the ball into the path of Summerville to carry it forward for Leeds up to the edge of the penalty area. Summerville slip in front of him, curls his shot forwards. Palmer was coming straight at him, but it was dipping, so he had to just push it up and over the crossbar.
Really good play. First time really Summerville's able to run at the defender. He cuts inside and Furlong then slips, so it gives him an extra yard of space. Opens it all up nicely. Didn't quite start it wide enough because it went really kind of central. Started right hand side of the goal, back into the middle of the goal, but a lot of power and dip. The keeper got it away for a corner kick.
So Leeds with the ball over on that far side, and chance to try and put it into the middle to get it on a Leeds head as it comes in towards the near post. Georginio stooping in, still in there. And a flick off the foot of a West Bromwich Albion player took the ball straight into the hands of the goalkeeper when it could have actually caused him a real problem.
Absolutely. Good couple of headers just to help it on, but eventually keeper plucked it out the air, but these were causing them one or two problems from set pieces.
Rodon defends successfully for Leeds. Ampadu, the ball drops short of Gnonto, so Leeds lose out. And Thomas-Asante gives it back to Mowatt on the halfway line. He goes back into Kipre. Kipre across the back to Ajayi. And Ajayi moves it forward to Molumby. Back to Yokuslu. Yokuslu has the run of Wallace and he's picked him out. He's in the penalty area and he's played it back into the middle and it's in. It's broken in off Diangana. The first effort blocked on the line. It came straight back into the path of the West Brom man, and from that range and that position he could not miss. Leeds are undone. It's West Brom 1, Leeds United 0.
Well, it does come down this right-hand side as well, and Jed Wallace so far in this first half has been whipping it in behind our defence. This time he does well and pulls it back to Diangana, who's running onto it. His first effort hits Cooper. Cooper does really well to get in the way, but the ricochet goes straight back to Diangana, who doesn't know too much about it, who just then collects it into the net. Unfortunately, all our good play has become undone. You can see Diangana just reacting quickly to knock it in.
So Spence finding all sorts of space down the right and making really good use of it. And Diangana reacting quickest, first time, second time, and in for the goal. And Leeds behind away from home again. Byram. Back it goes to Cooper. Darlow. Cooper. And now Rodon for Leeds to Spence. Home supporters in really good voice all of a sudden.
Well, rightly so. The side is 1-0 up after really having to survive the first 15-20 minutes where they could easily have gone 1-0 down. The penalty, of course, should have been 1-0 to us, but that wasn't the case, so now we find ourselves somehow behind and need an even bigger response.
Rodon to Spence. And wide to Gnonto. Back to Spence again. Now Rodon. Groove. On the halfway line. Short ball to Byram. Into Ampadu. Ampadu goes to create space and goes out to the right side where Gnonto awaits. Gnonto down the line for Spence, who's in front of Gnonto. Back he comes to Ampadu. Ampadu goes from right to left, looking for the run of Byram in the penalty area. Byram's touch just gives Furlong the chance to get the ball out of play. And it'll be a Leeds United throw in.
I just thought Byram might have been able to get it across first time because Piroe was making the run in behind the defenders, but not quite.
Leeds with the throw level with the edge of the West Brom box. Down it goes to Liam Cooper again. Carlos Corberan down below is up and down the edge of that technical area from one corner to the other. Gnonto, Spence, and now Rodon, and now Darlow. Rodon. Back to Liam Cooper. Groove onto Summerville on the halfway line. Moves forward, gives it to Georginio. Georginio taking on Ajayi. Gets the ball out to the far side of the penalty area, beyond the far side of the penalty area. Gnonto can even keep it in, just about he can.
As well.
So Gnonto controls and looks towards the box now. Spence has gone on a run. Gnonto gives the ball to Spence. Spence has it in the penalty area, then loses it in the penalty area. It's hacked clear as far as Rodon on the halfway line. He lets it drop over his shoulder. We're in the final 5 minutes of this first half. Ampadu wide to Gnonto. On to Spence. Spence back to Ampadu. Short ball to Groove. And then across the back to Cooper. Cooper up and over the halfway line to Byram. Byram on the left. Infield to Summerville. Liam Cooper. Rodon back to Cooper once more. Summerville on the touchline. getting booed for getting injured. Summerville holds the ball for Leeds. They're saying, give me something here. And actually, Spence has to go in quite a distance to pick up possession for Leeds. Played into an area rather than to a man. Ampadu has it. Now Gnonto. Gnonto, short ball wide. Leeds patient, but not finding many entrances to the West Brom defence just at the moment. Gnonto trying to do that just outside the penalty area now. Still going. Trying to get his cross in. Blocked. And then it's gone out and behind, and it's going to be a corner kick. Gnonto called it. West Brom fans behind the goal didn't.
Can't quite get past that first man at the moment. Just watching Piroe as well. He seems to be always looking over the top and running through the middle. So it was a lot of the time it was Georginio, that number 9 player, and Piroe coming to the ball to feet, trying to find space. There's certainly a change in that. Piroe a lot of the time is looking in behind and more forward.
Summerville and Gnonto just have a little conversation as Summerville comes to take on corner kicking duties. Shape on the ball into the middle, pings around in the box, and the flag is raised as it hit Piroe, possibly heading towards goal, and he was in an offside position. So the flag goes up, and it's offside for a West Brom free kick.
Well, Piroe unfortunately just came to him so quickly, couldn't control it, but he also got in the way of the header going towards goal. So it's not quite dropping for us at the moment.
A couple of minutes to go before the break, and it's West Brom who have the advantage. Wallace, the creator, can't control that one down the line. And that'll be a Leeds throw in, which Sam Byram takes back to Liam Cooper. Cooper, only one option, and that's to go long. Georginio beaten in the air by Ajayi. Mowatt chests it into the path of Yokuslu. Halfway line, move wins it in the air. Yokuslu with a second header. Just picking around. Georginio now gets on it for Leeds United. Lovely play by Georginio to Piroe. Good play from him to Gnonto. Gnonto has Spence in the penalty area. Cuts it back for Gnonto to shoot. Oh, he scuffed it. It was spinning in front of him, and then frustratingly concedes a free kick. And West Brom will definitely have the chance to clear.
Oh, so unfortunate. It was really good play. Excellent play from Georginio, who wriggles forward, plays a really good forward pass. We quickly get it out to the right-hand side, and Gnonto has a wonderful chance just to strike. He hesitated slightly, didn't he, on his left-hand side, and then, what an awful strike. Gets it all wrong and just bowls it straight into the defender.
So West Bromwich Albion, with an eye on the clock, are taking a little more time over this free kick. They'll be more than happy to get in one up at half-time. You would suggest, I guess, that after a good start from Leeds, West Brom would come right back into it. They'd seen one cleared off the line before the goal was scored. So maybe Leeds had certainly been served warning at that stage. Thomas-Asante on that far side can't get forward. Yeah,
you're right. They had a couple of dangerous moments there, but also we should have had a penalty. We had a couple of dangerous moments the other side. We shouldn't be behind, whether should we be ahead or not. We could argue that case, but not behind. However, we are. It's 1-0. And so clearly if we can't nick one before half-time, we have a big 45 minutes coming up. So Daniel Farke will have some work to do at half-time with his team.
Just went in to see the board go up, which it will do any second now, to tell us that there are 2 added minutes as an aimless ball is cleared into touch up by the Leeds corner flag. Spence jogs over in front of the Leeds fans behind the goal. Been happy travels for the Leeds supporters. Big numbers everywhere recently, but a setback at Preston. There's the latest defeat on the road. All the defeats this season away from Ellen Road. Leeds United throw in midway inside the West Brom half. Final minute and a bit plus in this added time period. Spence with the ball in his hand. Ampadu. Back it goes to Gnonto. Well, though, now Thomas-Asante trying to get the ball forward. Well, Gnonto's going to win the ball back, but he fails to do that. Now it's Furlong just outside the box with the low cross into the middle. Needed defending by Liam Cooper. Molumby had made a diagonal run. The ball was into his path before Cooper got across him and played it into touch.
Well, Gnonto loses the ball in a poor area. It really shouldn't have done, but his reaction was good. But the strength of Thomas-Asante just knocked him off, and in the end, Cooper does well at that near post to clear the danger from Molumby.
With 30 seconds and a little bit more remaining in this first half, it's no wonder Furlong thinks now's the time to hurl one in. So he's going to put the long throw into the Leeds penalty area, and the big guys are all up. Into the box it goes. Kind of looping in rather than in straight, but Wallace has picked it up. Georginio trying to defend, and it's come off Georginio. It's gone behind for a West Brom corner. So between Georginio and Summerville there, defensively, went a little bit awry. The corner kick gives West Brom a final chance in literally the final 5 seconds of this first half to get a ball into that Leeds penalty area again. Wallace to take it. Whistle could go as soon as it comes in. Played into the penalty area. Ampadu heads clear, and now the whistle does go. And that blast signals the end of the half. And it's a disappointed group of Leeds United players heading towards the tunnel. Good signs in the early stages of the game. But as West Brom grew into it, they created a couple of good chances themselves, took one of them, and that's the difference between the two teams at the break.
Yes, it is. We're a goal behind, but I don't think we deserved to be. I thought the start of the game was good for the 20 minutes or so. I thought the tempo was nice. We attacked well, didn't get our goal. They had one chance, West Brom, and eventually they got a goal from their second one. We've responded a little, but unfortunately, we couldn't get back on level terms. But a decent performance still. We can just set it, or certainly step it up. We can certainly win this game, but half-time, important team talk, and let's see how we go in the second half.
Lots to do for Leeds here. Half-time scoreline. West Brom 1, Leeds 0. And the game is back underway again. I'm not a big fan of the PA here at West Bromwich Albion, but I guess it's done its job. And the noise levels dropped considerably once it's turned off. And Leeds United kicking towards those travelling fans in this second period, whose voices are raised now as Rodon has the ball at the back and gives it back to Darlow. Flips it back out to Joe Rodon, who's harried into carrying it forward, and then slides a good ball into Piroe. Piroe back to Spence, breaking down the right side for Leeds United. Spence up to the edge of the penalty area. Into the penalty area. Closed down. Gives it back for Ampadu. Just puts it up in the air, and it'll be headed away by Furlong. Suddenly, Griffiths is going to get yellow carded here because found himself on the wrong side of Molumby, and so dragged him to the ground as he feared a counter-attack developing, and so he is the first player in the book.
Yeah, certainly took one for the team there. Molumby just the wrong side of him, and Griffiths never quite had the pace to get the other side, so just careered into the back of him.
Yokuslu with the short free kick to Kipre. Ajayi back to Yokuslu, goes ball over the top. That one just bounces all the way through to Darlow. Darlow begins to walk the ball towards the penalty spot, and then goes square to Cooper, and then wide to Byram. Back to Cooper again. Ampadu in midfield, still in that Leeds half. Piroe takes it down, shows too much of it to Furlong, and it's played down the line on that far side, the West Brom right, before Cooper steps in to win it back for Leeds and to win a throw-in off the toes on that far side of Mowatt, and then given away by Leeds to Thomas-Asante in their own half. West Brom go back to the centre circle. Now Diangana has it, the goal scorer. He's back into his own half once more to Yokuslu. Ajayi plays a good ball wide to the right side. The chance of the cross ball into the middle from Townsend, cut out by Rodon. And then a foul as Griffiths was trying to get to the ball. And so Leeds have a free kick just outside the penalty area.
Chad Wallace with a foul on Groove, but we need to show urgency, don't we, now, and desire. We've got to make something happen.
Spence goes back to Rodon, further back to Darlow. then out it goes to Groove. Sees the run over the top. Georginio beaten in the air by Townsend. Summerville goes in, penalised by a referee who has entirely made himself popular with the travelling Leeds fans, or many of the Leeds fans watching this game from afar. That missed penalty call in the first half. Potentially big moment in this game.
Certainly was, and there again it's a straight ball from Groove this time for Georginio over the top, so that's a feature, hasn't it, today?
Mowatt carrying the ball forward for West Bromwich Albion, tries to play it inside Rodon to Thomas-Asante, and Rodon decides that the only course of action available to him is to put it behind for the corner kick.
I thought at one point Darlow might have come out and smothered it, and instead he decided that wasn't happening, so just get it away.
So Leeds are defending the penalty area now for the first time in this second half. And it's Mowatt who's going to take the corner kick for West Brom. Goes to the edge of the penalty area to Townsend. Curls across the far post, where it goes over the head of Kipre. And then Wallace fails to keep it in play, so Leeds have a throw in on that far side just up the touchline from the corner flag. Bamford emerges from down below to start warming up. I imagine it will be too much longer perhaps before you'll see changes from that Leeds bench.
Well, certainly if things don't improve, we've got the players that excuse me, desperate to come on, and hopefully they can change things, but the same team at half-time has been sent out again to say, well, come on, let's go, show us what you got.
Kipre. There's the ball out left to Townsend, edge of the penalty area. Low ball blocked in and behind from Spence. It's another West Brom corner. And again, it's a pretty simple way that West Brom went about their work there. Exploited space down the left, Leeds right, and end up with a corner kick.
Yes, Townsend, the left back, just 1-2, got in behind. Gnonto missed the ball. Now another set piece we have to defend.
Mowatt again to take the corner kick for West Brom. Killed into the near post, heads up, it's pinging around in there and it needs clearing, and it gets cleared by Byram. As far as Mowatt. Georginio keeps his hands away from Mowatt so that when he goes down, he can't be penalised, and when Mowatt goes down a second time under the challenge of Georginio, the referee also decides there's no free kick to give and Leeds end up with a throw in.
The first one wasn't, the second one was, but we'll take it.
Spence down the line. Ajayi across to intercept before he gets to Piroe. Cleared back into Leeds territory. Molumby. Now Diangana. Thomas-Asante gets it back to the halfway line to Townsend. Plays it forward to Molumby. Yokuslu back into his own half to Kipre. And then ball swung out wide, fine ball onto the chest of Furlong to attack the Leeds penalty area. Low cross is blocked by Byram and West Brom get a throw in.
Excellent ball from Kipre. The centre half just got out of his feet and pinged it 40 yards out to the right hand side.
Furlong prepares to take a long throw in, wipes moisture off the ball. Increasing feature of the game these days, as we've seen it a number of times in recent weeks. Leeds opponents, and they're going to have to defend the edge of the 6-yard box from this one, as it's looped in towards goal. Cooper wins the header, comes back out for Furlong. This time he could cross with his feet if he can get past Summerville. And Summerville makes the block, and Summerville says that the final touch was off the West Brom man, but the referee disagrees, and with his assistant awards West Brom another corner kick.
Jed Wallace again will go out and take this one on the right hand side. A couple of times just pinged it to the far post where Ajayi or Kipre have won it quite easily. Got to get it into their ribs of the two centre halves. This time it goes short. Yeah.
To Diangana, so they're varying it. Comes back out to Mowatt. All the big men are still in the middle. Wallace has it. And then it comes back out for Townsend through the middle. And he's got the runner in. Leeds gone to sleep there as the ball is driven in from that right-hand side. And Wallace, they're too clear in the penalty area. Diangana and Wallace. And Wallace it was who went for the drilled cross, came off a Leeds head and went behind for yet another corner.
Clever. corner kick move, 2-3 passes, comes back to Townsend. You think he's going towards goal. He clips it back to where it come from. Wallace, acres of space. Should have done better.
He's got the chance to put a corner kick into the Leeds penalty area again here, though. 54th minute. Leeds under pressure as it comes in short. This time Georginio heads it away, but it's picked up in midfield by Molumby, and then Mowatt is happy just to half volley it back into his own half to Palmer, the goalkeeper, a long way outside the penalty area. Plays it forward. Georginio is caught in the face as he waited to head that ball by Furlong there. Stays down, and Furlong jogs away from the scene of the crime. Leeds will have a free kick.
Georginio always looking at the ball. Furlong clearly caught him. Referee gives a free kick at least.
Georginio exasperated, back on his feet, hand to face, just to feel the point of impact. Cooper goes back to keeper Darlow. Darlow out to Rodon. And Leeds just haven't been able to hear anything in the West Bromwich Albion box yet in this second half. Georginio gets it away from Yokuslu, but Furlong he has to foul Georginio. One of those instances again here where Georginio appears to have lost it and then suddenly is chasing after it with the best chance of getting it, and he's dragged down. And Leeds get a free kick, no yellow card. Georginio goes to implore the fans behind the goal to keep giving their support to this team here.
Well, Georginio's he's trying, he's keep going. He doesn't always come off, but he always puts in a great deal of effort, which is exactly what everyone else needs to do as well. Georginio's just, oh, there's a player, a bit of a scuffle in there with Georginio. Molumby it is.
Summerville prepares to take the free kick for Leeds. Curled in, Palmer's come out, didn't get anywhere near it, and it came to the head of Joe Rodon. Had he but known the keeper was right over his shoulder, he could have just taken maybe a bit of power off that, and it would have dropped in over the goalkeeper and into the net. It went over the crossbar instead.
Sure, he could quite get above the ball, could he? But nice and brave. That's where the keeper should come out and just take the ball, the player, everything. But Rodon got there.
Now West Brom streaking forward with Wallace down the right-hand side. Comes off Summerville, goes behind. West Brom corner. Leeds have more defending to do here. After a brief moment up at the other end.
It is, but way too easy. And they suddenly are right at us. And another corner kick given away.
Anthony and Bamford return to the dugout. Changes are incoming. Daniel James, I think he's going to be coming on shortly. But before all of that, Leeds have got to do this corner kick. It's going to be an in-swinger, this one. Darlow, did he get anything on it? Comes back out from Molumby. And then an overhead kick, which Yokuslu tried from inside the penalty area. Didn't get anywhere near goal.
Darlow got nothing on it, but Byram did, thankfully.
Spence. Socks pulled up above his knees. Goes back to Rodon by Gnonto. Now Groove. And then out wide left side to Byram. Summerville goes out for a Leeds throw in. Jaden Anthony's about to come on for Leeds. Bamford, I think, is coming on as well. So wholesale changes coming for Leeds United here.
Well, yeah, our attacking players, we need more. We need more from Summerville, Georginio, Piroe, Gnonto. All of them have to do more. So not a surprise that some attacking changes are coming.
Ball played into touch by Groove on that far side. And West Bromwich Albion throw in their own half. Very slow return of the ball. And it's thrown back to Ajayi. Kipre. Townsend with the ball on his left foot. Played across to the edge of the penalty area. Byram's the only man waiting, and he just diverts a header back into the hands of Carl Darlow.
Made that look very easy as well. It wasn't. It was a firmly struck and awkward bouncing just before Byram, but excellent header back.
Cooper. Rodon. now Spence. Back to Rodon again, under pressure from Thomas-Asante. Plays the ball to Cooper. Groove. Into Ampadu. Back to Groove again. And now Summerville. Piroe set off on that run, but Summerville's holding the ball in his own half. Plays it square to Rodon. Out wide it comes to Spence. He briefly had a little space. Closed down by Diangana. Now Spence holding it on the near side touchline. Brings the ball infield, gives it to Summerville, but Summerville is knocked off the ball by Thomas-Asante, and he gets it to Diangana before Gnonto takes it off him. Now Georginio, nice ball into the path of Spence. Spence plays a cross into the penalty area, breaks out for Gnonto. Well, he's hurried it, and he's hurried it badly there, because from the edge of the D, looking towards goal, the ball has sailed out to the midst of the Leeds fans behind, and it's well wide.
Well, once again, he should do better, because he's got a bit of time there. Yes, it's bouncing, but he really should have worked out when to get that one on the half volley and at least made the keeper work, but high and wide, not very handsome.
Well, Leeds are going for it here. Byram is coming off, and Anthony is going on. I think Leeds are going 3 at the back. It seems to be the message from down below, because there is no left back now, and that was Gnonto's last action in this game, because Patrick Bamford is coming on to replace him. So Gnonto off, Bamford on, and the first of the changes made by Leeds United.
Well, looks like Ampadu on the right-sided centre half of a 3. Groove is just going to sit in front, and after that we've got attackers. Let's see how that works. 2 up top, then it's probably 4 across. Groove just in front of a back 3. 3-1-4-2.
So something different for West Brom to think about. Chested into the path of Anthony for his first touch down the left side. Wins Leeds United a throw in. Quite well up in that West Brom half. Back it goes to Liam Cooper. We've seen from Daniel Farker, not afraid to go big, even at the risk of going bust. Leeds coming with Dan James down the right. James crosses into the penalty area. Bamford has let it run for Anthony! And that's probably the best chance Leeds have had in the game, maybe, for Jaden Anthony on the far side of the penalty area. Couldn't keep his shot down. Over the crossbar it went.
Well, James has put a good ball in between the 2 defenders. Bamford's first touch was pretty awful. It comes off him, but it goes to Jaden Anthony on the far post. Ball was always sitting up, wasn't it? Couldn't quite get over it to control it goalwards.
Palmer in his own penalty area. Bamford whizzing around trying to get the ball, but Yokuslu has it over the halfway line for West Bromwich Albion. Groove with the sliding intervention in midfield, sees the ball go into touch for a West Brom throw-in quickly from one penalty area up to level with the edge of the other one. West Brom throw down the right-hand side, which Furlong walks forward to take. Past the hour mark in this game now. West Bromwich Albion still with that 1-goal lead established in the first half. So there'll be no great hurry taken over the set pieces at this stage of the game from the home team's perspective. Furlong again goes through the ritual of wiping moisture off the ball before he throws long into the penalty area. Cooper again heads clear. Molumby back in and behind. That would be a goal kick.
Liam Cooper's done well, hasn't he, from those long throw-ins. Every time it's come into the box in this second half, he's managed to get his head to it nice and strong.
Darlow goes out the penalty area to Liam Cooper. Cooper gives it away and then wins it back. Now Georginio in his own half, under pressure, does well. Gets it to Ampadu. Ampadu can set off over the halfway line. James is out wide. He gets the ball now. James to cut in. Gets past Townsend. Gets the ball back to Ampadu. Rodon on the halfway line. To the left side and Cooper. Now Summerville. A little pocket of space for him, but a long way from the penalty area. Summerville goes wide. James, can he get this under control? He can really well. And he whips the ball back in, almost returns the favour. It was like a a cross-field 1-2 between Summerville and James there. From one side to another. Ends up out of play. Leeds throw in. Griffiths has the ball and gives it to Rodon. Out to James again down this right. Who's offering something a bit more for Leeds now. Ampadu goes back to the halfway line. West Brom have got everybody back in their own half. Ampadu to James, slips, recovers, loses out. Piroe comes in, he loses out to Diangana, and then Diangana gets away from Piroe and James, and there's a bit of space as a result of those two players being out of the game. As Wallace goes back towards the halfway line, he's robbed by Georginio. Georginio, lovely close control from Georginio. What can he do? There were runners there, but he's held it up. Summerville has it now. There's a bit more momentum about Leeds forward play now.
Well, there has to be when you get back in this game.
Summerville going down the left-hand side, trying to do that now for Leeds. Gives it back to Anthony. Two wingers operating down that side. Low in from Anthony. Just kneed out the penalty area by Yokuslu. And then Ampadu loops a header back towards the edge of the box, and it comes up for Mowatt just to volley it up in the air, and it drops on the head of Cooper. Cooper heads it to Rodon. Rodon sees the run of James, so he tries to put it over the top. Townsend beats him to it in the air. Bamford comes across in front of his man Mowatt. Looks to the referee, gets nothing. Mowatt just about scuffs the ball into midfield to Wallace, but it's given away to Ampadu. He's doing a better job now of keeping West Brom out to their stride.
Absolutely, it's pressure, it's tempo, that's what we need to play at.
Anthony to Georginio outside the penalty area, on that far side, going for the byline. Georginio can't get it back, it comes into the path of Anthony off a defender. Now sorts Summerville on the edge of the penalty area. Summerville whips his shot in. Yokuslu, as the keeper had dived, heads it behind. Leeds' first corner kick in the second half.
Well, certainly better. We pushed West Brom back, and when they come out to Summerville, he found that half a yard goalwards heading into the bottom corner. Palmer was flinging himself to the left, but Yokuslu gets in the way.
25 minutes to go. Leeds one behind. Corner kick. Summerville to take it. Summerville curls the ball into the middle. Georginio header across the goal. Nobody on the end of it. Thomas-Asante defends but gives it straight to James. Players waiting in the middle. Drops for Georginio. Nods it down goalwards. Can't get any power on his header though. And Palmer drops gratefully on the ball. The West Brom keeper.
Well, certainly better. We get it into the box at least, but header from Georginio, having a trouble with the keeper. Maybe could have been angled slightly back a bit for Bamford to run onto.
Palmer. Drop kick into the Leeds half. Ampadu nods it into the path of James. Can't find Piroe. Groove with the header back to Ampadu. He goes long. Bamford will chase. He ain't getting to that though. Kipre's between him and the ball. And Palmer's come off his goal line to gather. Picks it up now. West Brom making a change themselves soon, with Swift ready to come and join the midfield, I would imagine. Palmer
It's taken an age here.
finally kicks long, straight down the middle. Rodon comes off the top of his head and drops kindly for Thomas-Asante. His touch is heavy, but there's nobody there to capitalise from Leeds United, so Furlong has it on the halfway line, plays the ball forward. Miscontrolled by Molumby, but he recovers it. West Brom have it with Furlong, and now Yokuslu. And then back on the halfway line with Mowatt. Mowatt goes back to Ajayi. Ajayi under pressure from Summerville, so he rolls the ball away from Summerville and now plays forward rather than backwards. West Brom have worked it out of trouble well here. And they've given it away. Rodon steps in. And given away to Ajayi. And Ajayi's gone down that right-hand side. The big centre-half plays it on to Thomas-Asante. Well challenged by Joe Rodon. Now, with the game stretched, what can Leeds do as they move it forward down the right side with Dan James? West Brom getting players back behind the ball now. All bar Thomas-Asante indeed. Two changes to be made. Bartley's coming on for the home team as well, the ex-Leeds man. Down the left-hand side, Anthony has possession for Leeds United. Anthony trying to get the ball into the middle. He does. James waits underneath it, and it hits his hand, and the assistant referee responds as the cry of handball goes up from the West Brom fans behind the goal.
Frustrating, just a miscontrol. Bounces straight up into the hand of Dan James. Molumby is the one that the far side has gone down, so they're Furlong's trying to say, don't make the changes just yet, we've got another problem here.
Bartley and Swift still await the signal on the near side touchline. But Molumby looks far from happy on that far side. And the first change is being made anyway. And
so Molumby and Diangana
is going off.
And Diangana's coming off as well.
Wallace is there's the man down still.
Yeah.
So Swift will come on now for the goal scorer. And now they're going to have to make another change because Wallace cannot carry on. And he's just indicated that to Carlos Corberán, who is now shouting at the substitute down below to get ready quickly, because if Reach is going to get on in this break in the passage of play, in this substitution break, if you like, it's going to have to happen swiftly. Although
well, he can, but he's just going to stay on the deck, isn't
Wallace
he?
So he's going to stay until he's ready, isn't he?
Exactly. So there's going to be no problem.
Until word comes that Reach is ready. As the West Brom man walks over towards the near side touchline now to make this the third change. Slow walk from Wallace with 20 minutes to go here.
Well, these substitutions take an absolute age, aren't they?
It's what, 2 or 3 minutes, isn't it, since we've had any play in this. So, as things stand, we're looking for that to be reflected in terms later on of what gets added to this game.
But I'm looking out at our boys and waiting for a spark, and I'm not really seeing it. That's the problem. Who can do it? Who can provide something to get us going?
Elsewhere, just to let you know, Leicester are 2 up at Cardiff in the final few seconds of that game. Ipswich are being held at home currently by Queen's Park Rangers. That one's 0-0. But Leeds have a big job of their own to do here as time ticks away and still Leeds are behind. West Brom throw in the Leeds half. And Townsend is going to take it for the home side. Movement ahead of him, edging his way down the line before he throws it into Thomas-Asante, and he gives it straight to Liam Cooper. Cooper out to Anthony, operating as a nominal wing back, with Leeds playing 3 across the back now. Groove carries it forward for Leeds, goes wide to Anthony down the left hand side. He comes infield, plays it to Rodon. Rodon gives it back to Groove. He plays a forward ball to Anthony, out left side to Summerville. Summerville held up, everything stops. Leeds have to go back, further back into the centre circle to Rodon. West Brom disciplined in their formation of the defensive unit, and Leeds forced all the way back into their own half here.
They are, and we can't find a player to link up the midfield and attack. So many attackers out there. Someone has to drop deep or go over the top.
Which is what's happening now. Piroe trying to get through the middle. Palmer's going to get off his goal line before James gets to it. And you do feel that long ball might be the answer here. Just something that turns these big West Brom defenders. Bartley sits in the middle now of Ajayi and Kipre. I mean, what you have got there is heightened physical presence, isn't it?
Certainly is, but when they do have us going backwards, they do like to push up, so getting it over the top is an option, but you've got to do it with quality. A couple of times we have done, but haven't taken advantage of it.
Ball is out of play, and it's going to be a West Brom throw, level with the edge of the Leeds box down this left-hand side for West Brom. Back it goes to Yokuslu. And again, gives it straight to Ampadu. Ampadu looks forward, goes short, gets the ball back. Leeds playing on the edge of their own penalty area at the moment.
They're right on the halfway line. Look at West Brom, how high they are. Not really looking over the top just yet.
Cooper. Liam Cooper, edge of the centre circle. Short ball back to Rodon. Groove offers himself in the defensive midfield role. Now Ampadu on this right-hand side for Leeds into Piroe. Piroe's got in James behind. Low ball into the near post. And Bamford was coming across to try and meet it. And it was cleared before it got to him behind for a Leeds corner kick.
That was a lot better. Billy James couldn't quite take it in his stride a little earlier because that's where the space was. Once he just took an extra 1 or 2 strides, Bartley gets across well.
So Leeds corner into the near post. Comfortably headed clear by Yokuslu. Comes out for Dan James to try again. James curls the ball in over the head of Piroe and out it goes for a goal kick.
Piroe appealing to the referee. It's a little nudge in the back, but not enough for a foul, unfortunately.
16 minutes remaining. The Leeds fans are a little quiet behind that goal being defended by Alex Palmer, who's about to take a goal kick now. Sails over the halfway line. Cooper with a header forward. Piroe on his chest. Trying to get it down to Summerville. Leeds have it with Anthony on the left side. And it goes to Georginio. Good return ball to Anthony. Low cross into Piroe in the middle. Piroe trying to control. Gets his shot towards goal. But there's another shout for handball. And again, the free kick is given to West Brom.
Just not going our way, is it? That's another really good situation. Normally Piroe there is so good with that first touch. At this time he wasn't. It bounced up, hits him on the arm. Good play between Georginio and Anthony on that left-hand side. He finally finds some space, but once again the chance goes begging.
Change for West Brom. No, it's off. Chalobah on. And when the game restarts, it will be with this West Brom free kick. 15 to go. Palmer steps back from the ball. 1-1 here when the two teams last met in the Championship. Leeds were behind at half-time in that one as well, but then got back in with an own goal in the second half. Leeds would take anything at this stage. Rodon, Groove, and now Ampadu on the halfway line. Groove to Piroe, to James. James looks for support, plays it through the gap for Georginio. Edge of the penalty area. Georginio can't get it past Kipre. It's a formidable wall. And then it's just chipped forward by Swift, given away. Cooper wins it back through the middle for Leeds in the West Brom half. Summerville, nice control to get it past the first man, Ajayi, but then maybe arguably did a little bit too much, and suddenly Thomas-Asante is coming forward for West Brom at the other end. Looking into the middle to Yokuslu. And now Townsend, he's got time and space to operate in. Goes infield to Yokuslu once more. Swift down the line and over the top, and Townsend is onside as he gets to the byline. He can pick a cross out into the middle here, and it hits Dan James and goes behind for a corner kick.
Well, got to do a bit of mess, didn't he, on that right-hand side and allow Townsend just acres of space. Eventually Dan James does get back and stop the cross, but we're not doing enough. Not testing Palmer anywhere near as much as we would like. In fact, I'm not sure what he's done in the second half. He needs some urgency. The minutes are running out.
For sure, 13 to go. West Brom with a corner kick. Into the near post. Georginio with a header down. It's back out for Swift to deliver back into the penalty area. Darlow, he's come and punched that one. And it's still alive for West Brom. Yokuslu's in the penalty area. Leeds have to get bodies back behind the ball to try and scramble it clear, and it goes behind, and then the flag is raised for offside over on that far side.
Oh, Darlow, I'm not quite sure why he punched that one. It seemed a lot easier just to catch it. Punch didn't go very far either.
Liam Cooper across the back to Rodon. Still the Leeds fans singing, and there'll be a great number behind that goal away to our right, who had the early start at Preston on Boxing Day, and this late finish here in the Midlands a couple of days later. They need reward for their efforts. Anthony trying to provide it, and then Summerville penalised as he played a little ball into the path of Anthony there. Presumably a little trip on Furlong as the ball was played through.
Well, I think they just coming together, and Furlong looked like he was going to get beat, but down he goes, gets the free kick.
Home supporters who are noisy now, they know they're almost there. There are 12 minutes and less remaining of normal time. Palmer to take the free kick outside the West Brom penalty area. Long ball played into that Leeds half, won in the air by Rodon. Delivered back towards the Leeds half before James picks it up in space down the right. Gives it back to Ampadu. Groove back to Ampadu again. To Rodon. Now the Leeds fans respond. Now Anthony. Now Summerville. Bamford plays it. Hopefully forward. Piroe almost got in ahead of Palmer, but not quite. And the West Brom keeper slid across the turf to gather the ball into his body.
Looks like another player struggling here for West Brom who's made the challenge, gone down and stayed down, and he's actually waving at the bench now. He's just flat out on the turf.
It's Bartley, isn't it?
Bartley's at the centre half.
Bartley standing in front of us. Yokuslu, he's back on his feet and is clearly okay to continue. Referee made a big stop of the watch gesture as he stood over the prone player. Thomas-Asante beyond Bamford. He goes back to the goalkeeper Palmer. Puts his foot through it, spins down and onto the head of Cooper. And now Thomas-Asante in the Leeds half, presented with possession. Townsend has it. Goes back towards the halfway line, then comes back out to Swift. As Townsend almost pops up down the West Brom left. Wolves got there ahead of him and done well actually to get the ball to Ampadu. And between the pair of them, they've got the ball out of a tight, dangerous situation there. And Leeds now looking to move the ball forward. Cooper has it. Anthony streaks off again, but has to stop his run. Now he has possession. Gives it back to Liam Cooper. We're inside the final 10 minutes at the Hawthorns. Leeds still 1 goal behind. Rodon. Ampadu. And Ampadu holds it in the centre circle. This time it was Bamford making the run. He checks, comes back again. Summerville goes back to Cooper. Into the centre circle to Rodon. And then on to Groove. And then Cooper. Well, this would be fantastic if Leeds were the side 1 up. But the possession play at the moment. Well, maybe now, as Summerville has the ball down that left-hand side, Leeds can just try and open up West Brom here. It's proving very, very difficult. Groove tries the ball into the penalty area. Georginio's beaten in the air by Kipre, and then it's just nodded down and into the hands of the goalkeeper Palmer by Ajayi.
Well, at least trying to put the ball in the box, but not from that angle. That's not good enough. They need to get the defenders turned to get in wide, get it around them and behind them if they can. But Kipre there, nice and strong. He's had a good night, hasn't he? The West Brom centre half.
Goalkeeper Palmer. Long ball up into Leeds territory. Comes off the head of Furlong, a long way forward for West Brom there. Goes behind, it's a goal kick. Darlow is in a hurry to get the game going again, no wonder. Rodon. Cooper's on the edge of the Leeds penalty area, forward to Groove. And then wide to Summerville. Still just in the Leeds half. Gets the ball back off Jaden Anthony. Cooper. Now Groove sees the run of James. Bamford's in through, and Bamford was offside. James just coming in over his shoulder was onside, but Bamford made the touch through the middle and the flag was immediately raised.
Once again, it's that ball straight over the top. And Groove with an excellent ball. what we're not doing is kind of finding anyone to feet in those spaces, having to go direct and over. And Piroe's kind of playing just off the front two, but he can't get on the ball in those areas. Summerville not really had his best night either, has he? He can't produce any sort of magic, and he can't get service to the front two.
Palmer to take the free kick. Rodon wins a good header from the back, but when it drops in the West Brom half, it's only Kipre waiting there for it. He puts it straight up in the air. Bartley's underneath it, heads it back into Leeds half. Ampadu, James on this near side. West Brom are going to make another change shortly. Cooper, under pressure, goes back to Darlow. He's come quite a way out of his penalty area to get the ball for Leeds. Groove now has it. Gives it short to Rodon, gets it back. Again, tries to play the ball forward to Georginio. On the ground this time. Georginio holds off challenges and then gives the ball away. So Leeds lose possession in the Albion half. And it's played over the top and through the middle for Reach, who has a chance to shoot on goal, and Darlow was off his line. But Darlow got back towards his line well. Reach didn't put it high enough up in the air. The Leeds keeper held on and quickly rolls the ball out to Ampadu. But those sorts of things are going to happen now because Leeds are chasing the game. And again, Bamford's caught offside as the long ball comes through and the flag is raised.
In recent games, Bamford really has made a lot of those forward runs. Some aren't great runs at all. He's just running straight offside. Others he times them better, but that was a lot closer and almost a good one.
Sarmiento is going to come on for West Bromwich Albion, and Thomas-Asante is the man coming off. Played a lonely role up front for West Brom. Sarmiento looks like he's going to go in and pick up the reins on that one, but with only 5 minutes plus added time in which to work. Again, Palmer was the man to take the free kick to get the game going once more. Poor free kick, straight into touch from the West Brom goalkeeper. Rodon to Cooper. Wide it goes to Anthony. Infield to Rodon. James. Plenty to aim at. There's a line of Leeds shirts midway inside the West Brom half. Piroe's gone back to the halfway line to Rodon, and now Groove, who has Cooper wide. Cooper back to Rodon, still in the centre circle. Again, the runner's set off. This one's overhit by Rodon. Looks to the heavens in frustration. It's an easy pick-up from Palmer. And he just walks the ball up to the edge of the penalty area, knowing that every second counts for West Bromwich Albion. As they have this lead still. Kipre out to the left side to Townsend. Ampadu's come across to cover for Leeds. Wins the ball, wins the throw-in. Rodon just stretching his leg out there after playing that ball forward. Looking entirely comfortable. Ball's back with Carl Darlow in the penalty area. Gives it short to Cooper. It's got to come forward. Anthony. Inside the final 3 minutes. Summerville back to Liam Cooper. Cooper infield to Groove. And now played out to Ampadu. Ampadu back into Joe Rodon. Rodon edge of the centre circle to Cooper. Cooper wide left side to Summerville. We look up, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 West Bromwich Albion shirts in a line just outside the penalty area. Now Bamford just outside the box. Still going, Patrick Bamford tries a shot, blocked by Yokuslu, dived in his direction. Piroe outside the penalty area for Leeds on his left foot, plays it into Liam Cooper. Cooper, Summerville. Leeds have got to get on the ball with Liam Cooper on the edge of the box here. Back it goes to Summerville, there's loads waiting in the middle. Leeds just hold things up, and then Summerville's cross is blocked. And Leeds have to start all over again from the halfway line.
Getting each other's way, aren't we? Cooper's trying to take it off Summerville. Eventually it does come back to him, but you're right, people in the box giving some service.
So everybody stays forward because Leeds come with Piroe. Piroe's caught late there. Referee gives no free kick. James on this near side. Hemmed in. Trying to get the ball out of a tight situation. Gets it into the middle, but it's headed clear. And then it's come out for Ampadu, still in that West Brom half. Inside the final 2 minutes, well inside the final 2 minutes. Piroe wide to Cooper, stays forward. And Summerville just ahead of him. Summerville comes in field now. And Summerville goes square to Ampadu, midway inside the West Brom half. Short ball back to Summerville. Sets off Goldwoods, then goes wide left side to Anthony. Anthony trying to get the ball into the middle. Comes back for Summerville instead. Summerville, can he deliver it? No, he goes back to Anthony. Anthony on that far side. Works the ball into the middle, and then it's headed away as Bamford was waiting. And Kipre nods it behind for a Leeds corner kick.
That man again, Kipre. That was eventually good play. Took our time before whipping the ball in. Bamford was there at the back stick, but Kipre moving backwards does well just to clear the danger.
Final 2 changes being made by Daniel Farke in the final minute. And it's Firpo who's going to come on. And Ampadu goes off. And Summerville who's coming off. And Joseph who's coming on. Leeds need a hero. Joseph straight into the penalty area as James prepares to take the corner. James plays it deep into the penalty area. Rodon, head comes out to Anthony, who's outside the box. Has to deliver it wide to James on this right side of the penalty. It's a good ball actually from Anthony. James tries to cut the ball into the box. Defender Townsend blocks it, goes behind for another Leeds corner kick. The board is up. There are 6 added minutes, and we tick into them now. James with a corner kick for Leeds United. In it goes, close to the keeper. He gets a fist on it to the edge of the penalty area. Helped further away by Swift. Comes back out for Firpo. Leeds have kept everybody forward as it comes in from Anthony. Good looking ball, but it's headed away from Bamford. And West Brom pick it up with Furlong. And if they go long here, Leeds have just got Liam Cooper back, who gets the ball. Now he moves forward, goes wide to Firpo and on to Anthony. Anthony with the ball into the penalty area, but it's low and it's an easy clearance for Reach. Home supporters now noisy. They can see that the finish line is in sight. Georginio steps inside one challenge and a second challenge. Just plays the ball to Firpo, midway inside West Brom's half. Out wide it goes to Anthony. Again, the penalty area is packed with Leeds shirts. And the cross is badly mishit by Anthony. And it sails behind and it's a goal kick.
Well, that's the last 2 or 3 crosses, unfortunately, from Jaden Anthony have been really poor. The previous one hit the first man. That one just sailing over the byline. Just frustrating with kind of putting pressure on now in the last 2 or 3 minutes, but not enough. Not enough. This second half has not been good enough. We haven't tested the keeper, made him work anywhere near as much as we would expect.
Yeah, Palmer's not really had a save to make, has he, in this second period? Can Leeds still conjure up something in the final 4 of these added minutes? Bamford. Kipre strong in the challenge, gets there ahead of him. And then it's off-road on and out. He's again frustrated there that Leeds can't get back on the ball, and West Brom have the opportunity to kill more time here with a slow walk forward by Townsend.
Well, it is, because Rodon, he's winning his battles, but up top we're not really winning our battles, and that's what we need to.
Cruz brought down. Leeds free kick, but it's deep in Leeds territory. It needs to be much further forward for Leeds to try and get something from this game in the closing stages as another away defeat looms. Groove out to this near side to James. Dan James looks for the run. Good ball over the top onto the chest of it's looked like handball by Bartley just outside the area. Georginio gets the ball into the middle anyway and then gets up onto his feet to start things again. James on the edge of the penalty area, big shout for a handball. As the shot came in, the referee close said nothing doing, and Leeds have to go and win the ball back with Firpo on the halfway line. That was the Best little moments that Leeds have had for quite a while there. Suddenly almost worked space in the penalty area. Georginio was involved, almost inevitably. Leeds try again, down the left-hand side with Anthony. Hawthorns is a cauldron of noise, except from that corner occupied by the Leeds fans. Cooper, ball over the top, looking for Firpo, beaten in the air by Furlong. Leeds will have a throw-in from that far side. 2.5 minutes remaining. Cooper, back it goes to Groove. Square ball to Rodon, well advanced in that West Brom half. James even further forward. Dan James attacking, goes past the first man. Tries to get to the byline, wins a corner kick for Leeds United. Well, they might as well send the keeper forward now, which is on the cards here. Darlow is in the centre circle where he stops.
It's Kipre again, yellow card, absolutely.
Kicking the ball away.
Yeah, he kicked it away from the corner kick.
Inside the final 2 minutes. James to take the corner for Leeds. Crowd of players in the middle. In it comes. Goes over the head of everybody. Right out to the far side of the area, and Anthony. Anthony back into the middle. Over the head of Rodon. Headed clear by Kipre. Groove. And then the long ball forward. Darlow is so well out of the penalty area that he's on the edge of the centre circle to pick the ball up when it comes forward. Groove has it out towards this right-hand side to James. James onto Georginio. Like he was fouled. He was fouled by Kipre. Familiar sign that tells us that he felt the pain of that one. How many times does Georginio get tackled through the back like that?
He does, goes down, flicks the fingers in pain, and he's got up straight away. Groove on the ball.
Well, there's instructions coming from the dugout for Leeds United as to what they should do with this free kick here. It's
stick it in the back of the net, I'd say.
Good plan.
Yep.
It's gone in low. It's a poor free kick from Groove. He's still got to the second ball. He gives it to Piroe. Piroe out to the left side of the penalty area. We're inside the final minute now. Anthony plays the ball into the middle. Headed clear by Kipre once more. Comes out as far as Dan James. James, left foot, just plays it to the far side of the box. Headed clear again. Comes back out for Firpo. Firpo gives it away. Just hacked forward by Ajayi. Up into the Leeds half. And Darlow's got to race back to pick the ball up and just try and get, well, all the Leeds players, there must be 5 players offside here as the ball comes forward. Bamford gets a touch, helps it out to Anthony, far side of the penalty area. Anthony on the edge of the box, shot is blocked. Leeds maybe one last go at it. Firpo into the middle. Georginio tries to chest it down to Bamford. West Brom hook it forward, hammer it up into the Leeds half, and that's the final whistle. And Leeds United, in the final away trip of 2023, have fallen to another defeat here. A single goal was good enough to see them lose this game to West Bromwich Albion. And despite all the effort in the second half, Leeds never really threatened to get an equaliser. So the festive period brings another loss on the road for Leeds United. And they look towards the first game of 2024, Birmingham City at home, to try and get things moving again. Full-time scoreline here. It's finished. West Brom 1, Leeds 0.
Well, another disappointing and frustrating night. I thought we started the game well. First 15, 20 minutes. We looked dangerous. We were positive. We looked out more like our old selves at least. But then things started to go against us. West Brom certainly had a chance or two. We should have had a penalty. Maybe if we go 1-0 up, it'd be a different matter, but that doesn't explain then the performance in the second half. Just not good enough, unfortunately. Didn't test the keeper anywhere near enough. West Brom defended well. They were well organised. Of course, they got their noses in front, and they just hung on in that second half. Got us on the counter a couple of times, but it was up to us to get back into it. We weren't good enough to do that, and unfortunately, we go down 1-0.
Not the way we wanted to end 2023 by any stretch of the imagination, but listen, have a good New Year's Eve, and heads cleared, refreshed, ready to go again. We'll be back with you on New Year's Day for a game against Birmingham City. It's finished here at the Hawthorns. West Bromwich Albion 1, Leeds United 0.